How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of barrel-aged hopeful goodness. In the form of Sixpoint Brewing, it is their master blend. This is an Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. It comes courtesy of my boy Gordon. He sent me off a box of beer. Actually today. I received that not too long ago. Did a couple of reviews, did an unboxing, and then I did a live show with my boys, Kyle from No Hype Beer Reviews, Sean and Mike from Nerd Sense. Go check those guys out. And when it was done, I decided kind of wanted to do a review of this thing. Here's the kicker. I didn't want to change my camera, move it around, go to the traditional place where I typically do my reviews, so I figured, why not just do this kind of different layout? Maybe something different will change. Maybe we'll eschew the old Massa Beer Review and go with this. We'll see what's what. Anyway, let's dive into this sucker. This is Master Blend. It is a Beer is Culture. It is a 13% alcohol by volume bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. It's a Brewmaster's Liquid Dream, if you will. Barrels, as far as the eye can see, filled with a nuanced, silky, complex Imperial Stout. Let the tastings begin. We selected only the finest barrels of beer aged for years in bourbon charred oak to create Master Blend. In epic hours-long tasting sessions, you can only start to wonder, why am I wrangling these staves? Or are these staves wrangling me? Yeah, I butchered that. What are you going to do? Anyway, what do we have on here? This is 4.5 months old. Like I said, comes from my boy Gordon. Let's see what's what. Yeah, give it a crack. I like these little fatty cans that Sixpoint does. Something about them kind of does it for me, to be perfectly honest with you. So that's always a bonus. Label-wise, it's pretty much Sixpoint to a T. They essentially do the same label over and over again with different bit of lettering and whatnot. Not going to sit here and say I hate it. Kind of like it. More about the can shape than the actual beer. See if we get a nose. That smells fucking awesome. I mean, look at that thing. You're talking about rich, kind of what I like my coffee to look like color. It had a rich, super dark kind of body to it. So you're getting a rich kind of Imperial Stout, but it goes beyond that. And it almost goes to the point where it smells like Belgian. It smells like a big, rich, kind of icky, sticky quad to me more than anything else. Yeah, I mean, that's rich. That's rich. Like 3 C's. No, it has this. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Kane's Anniversary Ale. Like once they got a couple years in, it just has this kind of Solera method kind of richness to it. That's probably your barrel aging at play there. They actually don't talk about time on the barrels here, I don't believe. But it just has this kind of boldness, this richness, this kind of sultriness that you can only get from extensive time in a barrel. I dig it. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's delicious. It's delicious. Oh man, that's really good. It really does kick up a notch once you let it actually sit. Wow. Good God. Sixpoint. What the fuck you doing, son? Man. This is really good. This is really fucking good. I actually don't even know where to look in the camera because this is the first time I'm doing this kind of setup. Good God. Thank you very much, Gordon, for sending this off. This is absolutely fantastical stuff. It has this kind of super rich sultriness. I talked about Kane and their kind of barrel age program and their anniversary beer. It reminds me of that if you mixed in like Firestone Walker. You know what I mean? Like those are some of the better barrel programs that are out there nowadays. I mean, it's got gobs and gobs of vanilla, gobs and gobs of coconut, a really nice robust charriness, both from like what I believe is like a spirit, kind of a little smokiness from the actual spirit itself, bourbon. But you get this nice kind of charness from the actual barrel itself that it's sat in. The way the maltiness of the beer comes off, it comes off Doppelbock-like in its softness, just rich and silky and smooth. It's delicious. This is probably one of the better barrel-aged beers that I've had in recent memory. That's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, you're just being a little bit too kind of, whatever, overstated, but it's good. We can pump the brakes a little bit. There's a little bit of kind of like an astringent characteristic to it, like that. Not even that metallic thing that I talk about every now and then, but even just beyond that, just being a little bit too kind of roasted malt bittering. If I'm really gonna hang my head on something kind of poopy, that's where it'd probably lay. Other than that, the way that barrel shows, both in char, both in vanilla and coconut, and the whole grand scheme of things, there's zero heat from this beer. You're talking about a 13% beer. This comes off this rich and this sultry. The mouthfeel, like I said, is like porter / Doppelbock, like, so it has a super soft creaminess to it. The roasted malts are nice. The spirit comes off impactful but not hot. I like this beer. I like this beer a lot. I'm glad I opened this one, to be honest with you. When we do these live streams, I think I did like 2 or 3 beer reviews before the live stream, then live stream the last 2 hours after that. I typically don't want to do beer reviews because I feel like I had a couple too many beers, and I might not be as eloquent as I'd like to be, which might be the case still, but I don't think it is here, because this beer is absolutely 100% top-notch barrel-aged goodness. And honestly, let's cut to that chase, one of the better barrel-aged beers I've had as of late. I mean, you're talking about a Core 4, which I assume it's Core 4, plus barrel-aged beer. It's just absolutely fantastic. Some of the better stuff I have, and I assume something that can be had with relative ease. Take that for what it's worth. Value and availability, again, I don't know what's what. If Gordon or anybody else out there knows what's what, please let me know and leave you with, if you like what, will you like this beer? If you like barrel-aged beers, man. I mean, and this is honestly the coolest thing about this, which I didn't mention throughout the whole beer review, and I'll mention it now, is it tastes like an old beer in a very positive way. There's a lot of like old beers that are like, or beers that try to be old, don't really come off that way, or old beers that are negative, whether it be oxidation or any of that stuff. This just tastes like a really well done aged old beer. It's relatively new. That age is very hard to kind of fake, but they do it really well here in a very tasty way. So there we go, another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Poopy camera, poopy whatever, but I figured I'd do this real quick. Let me know what you think. Is this a better format? I don't know. A little bit closer, you can see what's what. Anyway, down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive, want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little bit of barrel-aged goodness right now. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.